Welcome back, everyone, to Let's Play Corpse Party. When we last left off, we were about to try to appease the spirit of the little girl that was chasing us the last episode. Hopefully it goes alright. Okay. I mean, she's also missing her eye. I hope that this will be enough, because I'm really not sure what to do otherwise. Still pisses me off what happened last episode. Oh my god! Yeah. Where is she? Which one do we give it to? Aw, man, really? Really? Probably this one. Well, I just saved, so hopefully it'll be okay. Aww. Fuck it. I guess not. Sorry, I haven't been reading. We screwed up. Did we pick the wrong girl? I guess so. Same bad ending. I'll be back in just a moment. Okay, let's try that again. Oh dear. It figures I'd pick the right one. A wrong one, I mean. Because I'm a dork. Oh dear, oh dear. I mean, doesn't she need the rest of her head? Which one do we give it to? Fuck it. She's got no head above her chin. Gurgle, gulp, gurgle. How am I supposed to know whose tongue we've got? Because we just did a trial and error thing. Because if it's not hers, I'll be surprised. Gurgle, gasp, gurgle. Little girl's spirit is staggering towards Ayumi, blood gushing up from her gaping cross-section of head as she walks. Please be the right one. Tokiko, Tsuji. This is yours, isn't it? I'm getting it back. Offer the spirit Tokiko's tongue. Sputter, cough, cough. What happened? The other ghost's head this way. We have to run. Okay, but where are we going? Seriously, where are we going? Oh god. Good direction as any, I guess. Weep, weep. Here we go again. Where the hell's it going to take us this time? Weep, weep. Come on. Yeah, I can read it. Come on. Where your friend was splattered. Oh, gross. Floorboards beneath that wall. Right under her globby entrails. Charming. Oh dear. Where the floor dips and the blood pools. Drip, drop, drip, drop. Smelly, smelly, icky, icky. Yeah. Get in there good and dig it out. Ah! That was me imitating its head spinning around. No! Oh. No! You're getting a good laugh out of this, you sick son of a bitch. God, if that's where it is, I'm not sure we can ever bring ourselves to get it. Is someone there? Morishige, you're alive. Ah, Kishinuma, our class rep. Very glad to see you both safe and sound. Hey, creepy take pictures of dead bodies person. Huh? What happened? It's a long story. So where have you been? I was in the second wing until a short while ago, but suddenly lost consciousness. And when I woke up here, it felt as if the air had somehow changed. Oh, yes, and I did briefly cross paths with Mochida and his sister. You did? So they're okay too? They are, though when I next ran into Mochida's sister, it seemed she and her brother had parted ways. Morishige? What is that in your hand? Ah! Morishige appears to be grasping a blood-soaked pouch in his hands. Oh, this? I found it under the floorboards in the hallway. Just up these stairs. Is it some kind of charm? Do you want it? Please, take it. I'm merely searching for a certain someone, so I have no need for charms at the present time. Sees another tongue bag from Morishige. As the others, there's a student ID name tag attached to the front. Yuki Kano. Well, I should be going now. Is something wrong, class rep? You look like you've seen a ghost. Ah, yes, one more thing. Mochida said we should all try to meet in classroom 1A. Okay. I'm guessing. It wasn't from, Suzumoto's spot. We shifted over a few feet, and he got it from there. I mean, if he didn't, then that really freaked me out. Did you see his hands? They were covered in blood. So he did dig through it. Why? Know what? No, never mind. I don't want to know. My imagination's already starting to work, and I want it to stop. Well, I guess we go back and give it to her. Just a moment. I think I'm gonna save again in case whatever happens, really. My luck should be like, it's not mine, but because my luck sucks, in case you hadn't noticed. Oh dear. So yeah, that's creepy. Why was he digging? No, I already said I didn't want to know. Don't think about it. So where is she now? Get back! Get back! This girl's missing an eye. All we got is a tongue. It's gonna be enough? What do we do? A ton bag? What else are we gonna do? Fuck. Stupid thing. Yes? Pant, pant, hick, sob, cry. Aww. She upset the eye's not there? And the girl lowers her head and begins rocking slowly back and forth. Yuki Kano? This is for you. It is yours, isn't it? Offer the spirit Yuki's tongue. Ellipses. Hell. Thank you very much. Oh. Well, that's good. We did it. We did it, Shinozaki. All three of them. All that's left is the girl in the red. No. No more. Every time I talk to these ghosts, I feel like I'm getting closer and closer to death myself. You have any idea what that's like? I keep picturing how I'll look when I'm dead, and I'm not even trying. It just pops into my head all on its own, and it's such a horrible image. I want to go home. I just want to go home. Back to my mom and my sister. And Mochita. Shinozaki. Alright, next month is mine then. Okay? So just try to pull yourself to get... What? God damn it, not again! Oh dear. This one's big, too! Eek! Somebody's pissy. What? We set free your toys and you're not happy about it? So, what's going on? Oh, was I knocked out? Where am I? Wait a minute. Huh? Is this our classroom? No fooling? Shinozaki! Hey, wake up! She's breathing at least. Shinozaki, come on, wake up already. Kishinuma? What? Take a look around you. I can hardly believe it myself, but here we are. No way. We're back? For real? Is this really our school? Good question. It really is. Check it out. Here's my desk. Mine too. It's right here. I can't believe it. It's true. Yeah, we made it. We're home. We're home. Fuck yeah! Suck on that, world. That seems a little too easy. For some reason. And Not to mention there's another chapter. Besides which, where's everyone else? So... I never thought I'd live to see home again. Guess there's no Satoshi or Miss Yuri or anyone else, huh? This doesn't feel right. Reaching out in search of others, you find that even the janitor was likely gone home. The lights are out and the halls are pitch black. Only the red glow of the light next to the fire extinguisher offers any respite from the quaint, quiet darkness of the school hallway. Standing around the darkened corridors of our school building at 8 in the evening, it just feels so surreal. Wait a minute, it's only been an hour? Wow. As the thunder and rain grow in intensity, the windows begin to condense with moisture, turning white in contrast to the corridor's sea of black. Ellipses. So, what about everyone else? I think I said that already. Is this reality? Was everything up to until now just a dream? Then where's everyone else? Where am I right now? And what am I doing? Eek! Uh-oh. What? Shiozaki, what's wrong? Oh my. What? What the hell is this? Seriously, what the fuck is that? It's not over, is it? Why isn't it over? Why? Damn it. It's you. Ellipses. No! Go back! Don't come any closer! So it was a rainy evening after school, just like this one. On the day I was kidnapped. I remember I had a fight with my mom that morning. Why is she telling us this? I have no idea. I didn't want to see her face. So after school I decided that instead of going home, I'd park myself in the outdoor walkway for a little and watch the rain. That's when Mr. Yoshikazu showed up. He sat down next to me. I told him all about my fight with Mom, and he listened really closely and just kept saying, uh-huh, uh-huh. He was sick and couldn't speak much, you see. But he was a very kind man. I really liked him. But then... he straight up murdered my ass. Sob. You two are nice people. I'm so sorry. She's so tiny, she must be 5th grader. Yuki Kano, right? Thank you for what you did back there. For making the effort to help those of us who were killed in that school. Didn't we succeed, though? So why are you still here? No, you didn't. We turned your tongues. We gave you back your ability to speak out. We even got your murderer to prevent what he did. Is it just that you can't forgive him no matter what? Appeasing us isn't about forgiveness. It doesn't matter if we forgive or not. Repentance is between the criminal and the victim. It's the sole act capable of moving us. And we exist as fragments of the sacred ground upon which heavenly oath is sealed. I believe that moving us is your best course of action. But it's not enough. As repentance just wasn't enough. Because it was totally sincere and everything, right? Yeah. So you're saying the words spoken to you, I thought weren't good enough to appease you? Of course they weren't. I'm so sorry. I am not a bad person. Come on. That's not... Huh? So what then? Why do you feel the need to trap one innocent stranger after another in that godforsaken place? You child spirits are the ones who summoned us, aren't you? That's not true. The hell do you mean by that? We're just the cogs that hold the closed spaces together. But you killed Suzumoto, didn't you? Wait. Huh? Let's hear her out. I'm just glad I was able to get even the two of you back to safety. Why the hell are you so suddenly concerned about us? I heard about a situation like this from my sister once. A lost soul whose life was ended violently and abruptly, leaving her with a mountain of worries and regrets. It's kind of like stopping short at the edge of madness. With all sorts of thoughts and feelings swirling around in your head. Your kindly nature and your sudden hatred and panic begin to spin around and around, and you just start acting out without any sort of control. Your sister some kind of medium or something? Yeah, something like that. So what you're saying is this little girl and the creepy little girl we met before are two sides of the same coin? I feel for you, I really do. So please, please bring the rest of them back. Mochita, Miss Yui, and everyone else too. Bring them all back home. Come on, you can do it, right? Somehow I doubt it. I don't think that's possible anymore. Why not? Good question. Those closed spaces have eaten a lot of innocent souls. Far too many, in fact. The grudges of those who died there have filled every last corner of them. There's no room left, because the agony and pain has nowhere else to go. It's gone feeding on the minds of souls like us who are bound there. It won't be long, for I turn back into a vengeful spirit who attacks people like you without mercy. Yikes. So we're going to lose you as an ally then. So why don't you just hurry up and bring them home right now? Isn't there any way... Wait... Let me try that again. Isn't there any way for us to save Mochita and the others? There may be one way. Well, what is it? I think you already know. You have to return to the closed spaces. Find all four of us Heavenly Host serial kidnapping and murder victims. Put us all to rest. Then, the closed spaces won't have their cogs anymore, so they begin to fall apart. And you just might get your friends back. You expect us to go back? And this time, instead of just having one person left to appease, we have to go back to the drawing board and appease all four of you? Why couldn't you tell us the reason our previous efforts weren't good enough? What is there to hide? It's just something I don't want to remember, but if you really want to know, I'll tell you. I'll tell you everything that happened. Yuki spirits gently... Nah. Of course, words happen to be hard again today. I'll try to adapt. Yuki's spirit gently took hold of Ayumi's hand, and in an instant, their two beings seemed to merge together into a single mind. What's going... Shinozaki? It hurts. It hurts. Ah! Oh my. Huh? What happened to me? Didn't I pass out? So why am I fully aware right now? I can't see a thing. And I can't move. It's like that feeling you get when you're really tired. Sleep paralysis, I think. Ah! Where? Why can't I move? Sachiko Shinozaki, the little girl in the red dress and the only survivor of the horrific murders that occurred in Heavenly Host Elementary School. Following the incident, Sachiko's family fled from the area, moving to another prefecture to escape the frightful memories that remained there. Strangely, however, I've been unable to locate any other records of the Shinozaki family. No matter where I look, the only information I can find about them comes from newspaper reports on the Heavenly Host murders. Granted, when an elementary school becomes the stage for a grisly incident such as this, perpetrated by none other than the principal's own son, it stands to reason that the scandal would serve as the primary focus for public interest, with all other details fading into the background. So, of course, after learning that Sachiko was safe, further news of her whereabouts was largely ignored in favor of the media circus surrounding the school. Guess that makes sense. But there's more to it than that. People weren't just uninterested in learning of Sachiko's history or whereabouts. There was simply no data to be had. That's weird. Can't move my body because of sleep paralysis, I guess. Oh, jeez. I can clearly see the room I'm in now. There's one boy and two girls in here, aside from myself. I recognize them. They're the children who were killed in Heavenly Host during that incident. But they're still alive. You're experiencing it from her perspective, from the looks of it. Fortunately, they're all bound hand and foot, and just sprawled out on the floor. And so am I. That's the real reason I can't move. Weep, weep. Wow. I don't know. Somebody please save me. I assume it's the big guy talking. No, stop. No, please, no. Her eyes. Ick. No, I can't see. Now I'm blindfolded. I can't see a thing that's happening to me. Since my hands and feet are tied up, I can't remove the blindfold either. That just makes everything so much worse. I guess because I can't see, I begin to listen more intently. Frightened sobbing, now the other children. Helpless cries of the other children echo off the walls of the cramped room. I'm so scared it feels like my head's going to explode. God, this must have been horrifying. What are you doing to me? Why am I blindfolded? Untie me. Cut the ropes. I want to be able to use my hands and feet. Please. Please. Somehow I don't think that's going to work. I kept begging and pleading, but all I heard in response was the man walking away from me. In order. Okay? That's right, he has a really hard time speaking, if I remember correctly. In the order he kidnapped them? Oh dear. That doesn't sound good, or doesn't read well, I should say. I don't know what that is. A sound effect? I guess. I've never heard screaming like this before. It's pure primal terror, cutting through the air like a perfect sine wave? The fuck? I don't know what a sine wave is. I might be able to look it up later. Sine wave. The sine wave, or sinusoid, is a mathematical curve that describes a smooth, repetitive oscillation. It is named after the function sign, of which it is the graph. It occurs often in pure and applied mathematics, as well as physics, engineering, signal processing, and many other fields. This now concludes the educational portion of our program. It's the boy at the end. Feels like he's been screaming for an eternity. I think he's being killed right now. So he was killed first. My God, what the hell is he doing to him? Mutilating him, most likely. No one deserves this. Why isn't God allowing him to fall unconscious so he doesn't have to suffer? I don't know. I don't hear anything other than the music and that odd background noise. It's been at least half an hour now. Those inhuman screams of a young boy being ripped apart from the inside have finally come to a halt. Oh. Jesus. Without even a single moment of silence, the first of the girls in line is the next to scream for her life. And the symphony goes on. Oh, man. Oh, now I hear something. Gurgle, hic, choke. My God, I can't take any more of this. I'm losing my mind. Stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it! I'm gonna have to pause the video for a moment. Be right back. And we're back. Sorry about that. Is this still going on? Come on, just die already. Die already? God, what is wrong with me? You know what? I don't care. Just get it over with and leave me in peace. Yuck. Finally, after hearing a sound like a heavy object being dropped, I feel like I know what that is. The noises stopped, and the room grew quiet again. Thump, thump, thump. Those footsteps are getting closer. All my hair's standing on end at this point. Everything below my stomach feels like it's frozen. That doesn't make any sense, but okay. Like I've suddenly been stricken with severe diarrhea. I don't see how that correlates, but let's move on. In order? God, why am I relieved by the silence? Because the kid next to me just died. Which means it's my turn now. Someone's caught me by the hair, then pulling my head up, taking off my blindfold, what the hell, which means I get to see the face of my killer. The 4 missing children were found in the basement room at Heavenly Host Elementary School, unused and officially sealed off since the building's construction. When authorities entered, they were greeted with an inhumanly horrific sight. Based upon the evidence at hand, the murder weapon was determined to be a pair of large sewing scissors found in the hands of the accused. Investigators suspected some hesitation on the man's part, however, as the deceased victim's wounds did not indicate that his full strength had been used. Nonetheless, he had clearly acted with extreme malicious intent. The official cause of death for the 3 murdered children has been listed as loss of blood following removal of the tongue. But the actual state of affairs was not quite so clinical or even so pleasant, if you can believe it. The following details have been extrapolated from information previously unreleased to the public, or at least previously unreported by news outlets. These details of the crime are based on the official police testimony of Sachiko Shinozaki herself. Evidently, the victims were bound, blindfolded, and spaced out on the floor, then killed, one by one. One was repeatedly stabbed in the abdomen with the aforementioned pair of scissors, then had many of his internal organs forcefully dug out. Ugh. His discarded innards were found partially buried beneath the earthen floor of the basement room. Another was stabbed in the head dozens upon dozens of times, to such an extent that all flesh and bone above her jawline was essentially minced away. Ugh. With my blindfold removed, the sight that appeared before me was more horrific than anything I could possibly have imagined. The person staring back at me, brandishing a blood-soaked pair of sewing scissors, wasn't the large man from earlier at all, and I had to pause again. It won't be any time at all for you guys, but I'll be right back. And we're back. Again. The person staring back at me, brandishing a blood-soaked pair of sewing scissors, wasn't the large man from earlier at all. It was one of the children. Yikes. It was a little girl. Her face dyed red with the blood of her victims. Oh my God. Plot twist! She was staring intently at me with soulless gray eyes. And then... Yeah! Creepy face! She just started giggling. Snip, snap, snip, snap. Yoshikazu. So he wasn't the killer? Yikes. I can't do a girlish giggle, what can I say? She was opening and closing the bloodied scissors over and over again, and the sound kept echoing throughout the room. Then she took those dull, rusty, thoroughly blood-soaked blades and slowly brought them closer and closer to my left eye. How? Why? Why is it you? No. No. No! I don't think I could really do that justice. So, just imagine her screaming in likely agony. The third victim was stabbed in the left eye an indeterminate number of times. Yuck. Until her eyeball became soup-like in consistency. She was eventually just left like that, slowly bleeding to death in horrible agony. Strangely, it was only after these mutilations had already been inflicted that the killer went back and severed the victims' tongues. Learning the truth about these proceedings is shocking even to me. It makes it nearly impossible to accept the murderer as anything but a monster. And bearing witness to every moment of this was a 7-year-old girl named Sachiko. Oh, she was witnessing it, all right, from the first-person perspective of the killer. Yikes! In many ways, she's the most pitiable and long-suffering of them all. Bullshit! But you can't know that. It was through her tearful, frightened testimony that Yoshikazu Yanagihori was officially charged. And of course, he's the perfect scapegoat. He can't communicate. Now, going back to the hunt for information on this unfortunate girl's whereabouts, it was her words that ultimately led to Yoshikazu's sentencing. Therefore, it comes as no real surprise that sensitive information pertaining to her and her family would be withheld. That's to be expected. What's not expected, however, is that there's not even the slightest trace of this information left to find. It's as if it simply never existed. Therefore, I cannot help but consider alternate possible explanations. And I remind you, this is mere conjecture. But one question keeps nagging at the back of my mind. Was Yoshikazu I keep stumbling over that. Yanagihori really the murderer of the three victims? Is it possible this crime was not actually perpetrated by him at all? Think about it. In his final days, Yoshikazu was incapable of communicating with others through speech. And despite his childlike reversion, he'd always been a personable and friendly man. As the saying goes, he wouldn't have hurt a fly. All his relatives, friends, and neighbors confirmed as much, shocked to hear that such a kindly man could commit these unconscionable atrocities. Well, that's what everyone said about people like Ted Bundy and things like that. Oh, he was always quiet, he seemed so nice. But in this case, it's actually true. He certainly had no motive for the crime either. Well, sometimes there's just not. There was nothing for him to gain from it. Then again, he may simply have lost his mind. Look at his father. It was around this same time that Principal Takamine Yanagihori, hey, I got it the first try, suddenly began speaking in tongues and acting in a most peculiar way. Not to mention scribbling incomprehensible gibberish all over his walls as if possessed. He seemed frightened of someone and would often be found crouching in the corner of his office, moaning and thrashing when visitors came by. If he could wind it up in such a beleaguered state with no warning, then perhaps so too could his son. I believe that we're looking at a curse far more powerful than anything man could devise. See? I called it. The devil. I am totally vindicated. Sorry. From the time it opened its doors to the day it closed them forever. Heavenly Host Elementary School's sealed basement room has existed as some form of cursed ground. And to find the underlying cause, we must go back to beyond the infamous kidnapping and murder incident. Back a whole 20 years. Curious? I believe I may have found a clue that could shed some light on the situation. It may be a bit far-fetched as leads go, but it's a lead nonetheless. Regrettably, since Heavenly Host was not only closed down but demolished altogether and another school built in its place, it's no longer possible to investigate the basement room directly. But my protege has found what may be the next best thing. Something that could make the impossible possible once more. Preparations are being made to pursue this lead even now. This could be what, Naho, I think her name is, was talking about coming there going there voluntarily. Be sure not to miss the next installment. It may be the scoop of a lifetime. And on that note, I'm going to have to stop the recording here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.